You can't normally get your energy bill just written off, but there are solutions that could help you get control of the debt before it gets too far out of hand. If you're finding it tough to keep up with your energy bills, you're not alone, especially given the ridiculous rising costs we've seen recently. Some good news is that most energy companies provide something called a hardship fund, but there is a strict eligibility criteria and it isn't accessible for everyone. If you've fallen into debt with your energy bills, on most providers' websites is a struggling to pay section. Pick up the phone and have a conversation with your supplier. They'll run through various hardship fund schemes that they have in place to help customers that are struggling. They can help construct affordable payment schemes to stop you feeling out of your depth. If you call or email your supplier, they must take into consideration how much you can afford to pay. Be open with them about your finances and outgoings. If you're on benefits, it's something called the Fuel Direct scheme. A fixed amount is taken from your benefits to cover what you owe, plus an extra amount for your current use. You'll qualify for it if you're on income-based job seekers allowance, income support, income-related employment and support allowance, pension credit, or universal credit. Be aware that if you get a knock on the door, then it could be an energy bill scammer. Remember, you don't have to open the door to anyone, but if you do and they claim to be from an energy supplier, always ask them for documented ID. If they claim to be a bailiff, make sure that you're 100% certain that they're telling the truth. Ask them to provide proof because the debt from energy bills are normally to debt collectors and they have different rights to bailiffs. If you're financially struggling and energy debt is just one of a lot of debts that you owe, then it might be worth looking into some debt solutions. Some of them will reduce your monthly payments while others will actually write off some of the debt. There are pros and cons to each type of solution, so it's important to do loads of research before jumping into one. One simple step that you could take today is to find out if any could work for you. I'll quickly explain them to you. So first up, we've got debt management plans, and they're an informal agreement that you make with the creditors to pay back your debts at a lower and more affordable rate. Normally that means paying less each month, but over a longer time frame. Sadly, energy debt, like yours with Eon, can't be included, but you can use them for things like credit card debt. Next is debt relief orders, and they freeze your debt payments for a full year. And then if your situation hasn't changed after 12 months, then the debt's written off. You can't own anything with significant value like a house or have more than £2,000 in savings. Another option is offering a final settlement. If you happen to have access to a large lump sum, then you can offer that to the creditors. Even if it's not for the full amount you owe, they may be willing to accept it to save them time. Equally though, it may be refused. Individual voluntary arrangements are another way to deal with your debt. It's a formal agreement between you and your creditors to reduce your payments to one simple payment each month. It lasts for 5 years, and at the end, any remaining debt's written off. Bankruptcy is probably the most famous option, and you may already know, but with bankruptcy, all your assets are reviewed and some may be sold off to pay back your debt. After a year, any remaining debt will be written off. When debt mounts up, it's overwhelming, but it's best not to ignore them or it'll just get worse. One simple step that you could take today is to find out if any of those debt solutions that I mentioned could work for you. In the description of this video, I've linked to a form on my new website, and it's got a few multiple choice questions like how much debt do you owe and how many people do you owe. At the end of the form, it'll connect you to a company that I've partnered with to provide you with all the information that you need about debt solutions that are available. So click the link below, go and check it out, let me know how you get on.